Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a super fun bathroom makeover for you today on a budget, super easy and mostly done with paint and a bit of plywood. So let's get into it and let me show you what it was like before. So as you can see, the bathroom before was pretty dated. It's got a plastic panel on the bath there, and also it's just pretty gross. The doors were painted with oil-based paint. That's how long ago this was painted. So they were looking pretty yellow and gross, but the tiles on the ground were nice, and I just wanted to tie in the tiles behind the bath. So this is it after. I've got a different colour on the door that I'll talk about later, and then here is the paneling I've done on the bath. So I hope you like this, and let me talk you through how I did it. So first up was all of the prep. I gave the bathroom a major clean, and then I also took down, there's sort of like a skylight in the bathroom, and I cleaned that. I made sure to clean the tiles. I wasn't sure if I was going to paint them or not, so I really wanted to do that. So that is okay, so this was a load of like plastic balls from like a ball pit or something that came out of the attic, so there was a bit of a weird clean up on all three. But yeah, so that is the skylight that's in the bathroom. It's so weird. I don't know why it's there. It doesn't do a whole lot. So I took that down to clean it, cleaned all the tiles to make sure that I was happy with the grout. So I was scrubbing away at that. Then I removed the plastic panel on the bath because I knew I wanted to get rid of that. But at this stage, I didn't really know how I was going to panel the bath. So next up, I wanted to do some organizing. So you might have noticed in the before photos there was no storage, so I got that cabinet in Ikea along with these plastic boxes to organize all my stuff, and I just dumped it all on my bed, and this was when my cat was really judging me for what I'd started. Anyway, I labelled everything with my Dynamo label maker, put them on to little boxes, and just keeps me really organised. I really enjoyed the results of this. I obviously didn't enjoy doing it because it was really a nightmare, but in the end it looked really good, and once this was organized I was able to crack on with the rest of the stuff, because before this I had nowhere to put any of my bathroom stuff. So yeah, also got face cloths and put them in a little basket as well. So yeah, next on to painting. So in the prep stage I cleaned everything, the walls and the doors and all that, and now I'm just cutting in along the ceiling and around the bath. I got this tip from Keith Butler from Butler and Dunn. You just sort of draw a track line of paint sort of thick, and then you push it in towards the corner using a good brush, and it makes it a lot easier. I also prepped and primed the Ikea cabinet because I wanted to obviously paint this in with the rest of the room as well. So you will see me painting that in a minute. I'm using 2 Fussy Blocks rollers to paint everything. I just used a small one because I was too lazy to set up the big one. Also, this room is tiny. So yeah, I rolled the cabinet. I had primed it before, just make sure you use the correct primer for IKEA pieces. And then yeah, so I'm using this crafted, it's from Crown, it's Millionaire. The colour is beautiful, and you'll see me putting on the first coat on top of white here, so it's super pigmented, and went on really well. These are the legs of the IKEA cabinet. I just wanted to add a bit of glitz to them, and it really elevated the look. And I also am doing this to the radiator pipes, which might be a sin to some, but I got it from Paint the Town Pastel. She always does it, and I just think it looks amazing. So here I am priming the door. As I said earlier, it was painted with oil-based paint previously, so I had to use an oil-based primer. I used I actually used shellac, like Zinsser bin, and then after obviously that dried, I'm going in with my door colour. So my door colour is refined. It's the Elle range from Crown Paints, and it's beautiful. So these paints are for wood and walls, so you don't need to worry about changing your paint for either. This is the second coat going on. This definitely could have used a darker primer, but it worked out fine in the end. Just took me a few coats. Now for the paneling. This was my very, detailed plan. This, just to show you, was the plastic bath panel from earlier. And so I did up my little sketch and came up with an idea. So I got some plywood that I knew would fit against the frame underneath the bath, and I primed that on both sides and put that there. I didn't get marine plywood, that probably would have been a better idea. So then I'm going in, I got my dad to cut these all down, by the way, on his table saw, and I cut down strips for the paneling. I secured that using Tech 7 and some nails, and I just taped it on as well to make sure it didn't go anywhere while it dried. It only takes about half an hour to dry, this Tech 7 stuff. So then I did the middle bars and all around, and then I just primed the whole thing. At this stage I was very happy with my work. Super delighted with how it was looking, and I hadn't even painted it yet. So then I painted it the same colour as all the walls and everything. The colour on the walls is Blended, also by Elle, for Crown Paints. And I'm just using a paintbrush on the like grooves, and then I rolled it. So for the paneling also, I should say, I filled in all around where the two pieces of wood met and all that. So I used a lot of filler to make it look a good bit better, because it probably would have looked good if it had been like caulked and stuff, but I didn't have caulk, so I just used a load of filler, and it worked out really well. Then at this stage I realised that I wanted the Ikea unit to match. So then I put the paneling, same idea, onto the door. I had to use clamps for this to get it to sit right in place and not slip off the door. So I have clamps on the top there and the bottom. And same idea, you can see all the filler here. Like, I've used an awful lot of filler to try and get a nice finish. So I just had to sand that right back. And then again, I'm going to have to prime it and paint it because the wood is bare. And I primed the whole thing because I had scraped off some of the paint by accident. So yeah, so if you knew you were going to panel, I did not. You obviously could have just primed the whole thing after you'd put in the wood on, but hindsight, it's a fantastic thing. So here I am rolling everything on using a 2 Fussy Blocks roller as usual to get a really nice finish on this. I was super happy with how this looked, and I just think this really elevated it. So here are the details. We've got the radiator with the little gold and the pop of gold on the Ikea cabinet, and here is the paneling. I think it worked out really, really well. It really made the place look more high-end, and it just finished off this makeover perfectly. So I've got one of my geometric pieces you'll see on the wall here, and I've just added some accessories, added a gold handle to the Ikea cabinet, put up a little hook behind the door because there was no hooks on the door. And yeah, I'm just completely delighted with how it turned out. I added some black accessories and a black mirror as well, and I just think it looks great. I hope you like it, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll have another video soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.